Account. The principal filed an action for account against his agent, also spelled archaically accompt. The action of account lies where one has received goods or money for another in a fiduciary capacity to ascertain and recover the balance due. It can only be maintained where there is such a relationship between the parties as to raise an obligation to account, and where the amount due is uncertain and unliquidated. Benjamin J. Shipman, Handbook of Common Law Pleading, Section 56 at 144, Henry Winthrop Ballantyne Edition, 3D, 1923. Account, Black's Law Dictionary, 11th edition.
Social Security, this is Kate. How may I help you?
Hello. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm probably going to need to speak to someone a little higher up than you because I have some questions about Social Security. But I can talk to you for now.
Okay, sure. What's your Social Security number?
And let me make a correction. It's not mine. It's got a name on it that appears to be mine, but my understanding is that it's not mine. Y'all are the owner. It even
I'm not
says
sure
it on
I'm
the back
following.
of the card.
I'm not sure I'm following your question. Can you tell me your name?
The name on the card is,
Your date of birth?
I'm led to believe that is,
The city and state where you were born in?
further led to believe that is in,
Your mother's maiden name? And your father's name? His first name, I'm sorry. Okay. And what is your question?
So my question is this. On the back of the card, it says this card belongs to the Social Security Administration and must be returned if we ask for it. And I've actually talked to attorneys about this, and I asked them, I said, now, how can that be my name if I don't own it? So I am led to believe that the name and the account is property of the Social Security Administration.
The Social Security number is, yes.
But the account number wouldn't exist without the name. Think of it if you lay the Social Security card on your table face up, and you lay check card, your debit card face up. Okay. The company that owns the card is right there on the top. It'll be some named bank, or it will be Social Security Administration. It has the name on the account that is still property of the bank, and it has an account number.
Cardholder means any person or organization named on the face of a financial transaction card to whom or for whose benefit a financial transaction card is issued. This is under the Financial Transaction Card Offenses Definitions Consumer Credit Guide P 6313.
That it existed.
Showing that it existed.
I've heard it sometimes referred to as the state issues a birth certificate.
Right.
That's a little.
Registered organization, an organization created under state or federal law for which the state or federal government must maintain a public record showing that the organization has been duly organized. This comes from UCC 9-102, A71, Black's Law Dictionary, 11th edition, 2019. Now let's look at UCC 9-102. Registered organization means an organization formed or solely organized solely under the law of a single state or the United States by the filing of a public organic record with the issuance of a public organic record by or the enactment of legislation by the state or the United States. The term includes a business trust that is formed or organized under the law of a single state if a statute of the state governing business trust requires that the business trust organic record be filed with the state, UCC 9-102. So what is that organic record? See, don't they tell you to register the record? Now, back to the other information.
Because the bank can actually close the account at any time because they own the bank. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm under the impression that the name and the number, that account, is property of Social Security Administration. That's why I said I'm probably going to have to talk to someone a little higher up that might understand this. But this is outside the normal questions.
No, I understand what you're saying, and that's, an interesting way to look at it. But, like, your Social Security number is issued to the person by Social Security. So it's not...
Well, it's not really
issued... It has nothing to do with the name.
It really isn't issued to me because I never filled out any paperwork to get one. That was someone else's doing, be it mother, father, someone else.
Okay. So are you asking to change your Social Security number or your name?
No, I'm not asking that. I'm trying to get down to the legal side of things.
For what purpose?
Because to make, one, for my knowledge, and two, I've actually in communications with a clerk of court on setting up paperwork properly. So again, that's why I'm probably going to have to talk to someone that might. I mean, I don't know if you are the person. I know you're just someone that answers calls. You're working a job.
Yeah,
like
but
me.
we didn't issue you your name. Your parents issued you your name, and that was on your birth certificate.
Actually, Vital Records says that record is their property. So I have a couple of questions, and one of them is because of the conversation I had yesterday with Vital Statistics or Vital Records in Raleigh. But the first question is because of the conversation in Guilford County when I went to record some papers. Okay. I got certified copies of my birth record, and then I made copies of that. Okay, and when I went to record my file at the Register of Deeds office in Guilford County, the lady made the statement that we can't record other counties' property. And my question is what did that actually mean?
Well, it Forsyth County property because that's where the event occurred.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that means it is Forsyth County's. They own it.
It will always be where the event occurred.
Yeah. Okay. So who owns the record then?
The state of North Carolina or whatever state that you were born.
And and under public law, actually, you can't prove in court that name was issued to you. There's actually 3 products of conception that needed to be recorded, and somebody didn't get recorded. Because I can show you the federal law, it's Public Law 107, where it says this.
Now, this is Public Law 107-207, well, 107 through 207. This is called Born Alive Infants Protection Act of 2002, 1 U.S.C. 1 note. Okay, it says persons, human being, child, and individual as including born alive infants. It says in paragraph B, as used in this section, the term born alive with respect to a member of the species Homo sapiens means the complete expulsion or extraction from his or her mother of that member at any stage of development, who after such expulsion or extraction breathes or has a beating heart, pulsation of the umbilical cord, or definite movement of voluntary muscles, regardless of whether the umbilical cord has been cut and regardless of whether the expulsion or extraction occurs as a result of natural or induced labor, cesarean section, or induced abortion. So how many products are there? Now, let's continue and look at one more piece of evidence. Well, actually, two more pieces. Now, this right here comes right off the CDC website. You can see cdc.gov. This is all 50 states. I go to this one. Live birth is defined as the complete expulsion or extraction from its mother of a product of conception, irrespective of the duration of pregnancy, which after such separation breathes or shows any other evidence of life, such as beating of the heart, pulsation of the umbilical cord, or definite movement of voluntary muscles, whether or not the umbilical cord has been cut or the placenta is attached. Semicolon. Everything before that semicolon is a definition of live birth. And then it says, each product of such a birth is considered live born. How many products are there? 3. Which one got named? That's the question. Born alive test. Under the common law is showing that an infant was completely expelled from the mother's womb and possessed a separate and independent existence from the mother. That's not the important definition. The next one is a showing that an infant at the time of birth was capable of living a separate and independent existence, regardless of how long the infant actually lived. And this was developed in Bonbrest versus Coates from 1946. That's why they call it a decedent estate. Just a thought.
And it falls under what's called the Born Alive test.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So my best advice for you then, if you want that clarification.
Right now, all I'm after is one question. By all intents and purposes, I'm trying to talk to someone that can settle this matter on who owns the account. Because
I would talk to your local Social Security office.
The account would not exist without the name, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
So I would walk into your local Social Security office, sir, and they would be able to answer those questions more in depth. They're the ones who process the applications, and they can help you research the policy on that. Would you like me to help you find their address?
No, I know their address and phone number. I know who the ADM is. Okay.
Okay.
That's why but I'm also calling you because I'm trying to talk to someone in charge there because, like I just asked you, would the account exist without the name?
So I'm not comfortable answering your questions because I don't know what you're looking for, and I don't. And no, I can't forward you to anybody else. We don't process those. We don't know the regulations on them. You're going to have to talk to your local Social Security office. That would be my best advice.